Rivals.com joined with five-star offensive tackle Amarius Mims down in Cochran, Georgia, Bleckley County High School. Man, how things have gone for you. I remember coming down to see you that first time. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you're almost probably a celebrity now in Cochran, Georgia. Back then you had kind of, coming off the injury playing basketball, played some tight end, defensive end that football season. Now, number one O-lineman in the country for us. You were a five-star challenge invitee last year as an underclass, which is rare. You're, a top 3 or 4 player in the country, regardless of position. You have offers from everyone in the country pretty much. What has this last year been like for you, just from the recruiting side to now going through the coronavirus?
I'll just probably say, like I said, whenever I first started off, it kind of caught me by surprise still. Like, I mean, everybody, I say most football players dream of going to play football in college. But I always dreamed of it. But, I mean, I never thought it would come that early because, like, it was like my sophomore year, I got my first offer. And it was just crazy. And I still think to the day it's still crazy. Like, I'm still like, it still, like, gives me by surprise all the time.
I mean, you were blocking as a tight end, but you weren't playing offensive tackle, and you played a lot of defense before that. What's the transition been like from going from playing like tight end, even defense, to now becoming, one of the top players, the number one offensive lineman for us on Rivals.com? Talk about that.
I mean, I was more of like me playing tight end my sophomore year. I'll probably say the only difference is now, I mean, I didn't get any routes. I didn't get any routes when I played tight end anyway. So, I mean, only thing I can say is just more play. As offensive lineman, there's more plays you got to recognize and all that good stuff. More like as a tight end, you just had to know who to block, and like where to go and like, where to line up offensive lines. Like you got to know who you're working with, like where you're going to, and all that good stuff.
I might have to put in a special call to Coach Lassiter and say maybe have like an extra backup jersey on the sideline and slide you in, a tight end or, something like that every now and then inside that red zone and get you a touchdown catch your senior year.
That's the same thing I told him.
I'm sure you probably have something planned, some kind of dance or something fun to do if you scored that touchdown for sure.
Yeah.
What's it been like, for you and your family over the past, month and a half? Obviously, no more school, no spring practice, no workouts with your team. You've been, in quarantine with your family for the most part. Things are starting to open up, ever so slowly now in Georgia, hoping for the best there for sure. But what's that been like for you, kind of, missing your final spring practice, not being with your teammates, not going to class every day? What's that been like for you?
I mean, yeah, I mean, to me, it sucks. I mean, I love football and everything. I love, like, working out with my teammates and all that good stuff. But, I mean, I feel like, since we, like, here's what we do, like we have friends that usually, like have, like, workout stuff at their home. And then we got, like, basically, we got, like, the Zoom. Like I said, we do Zooms and stuff. So, basically, we're still connected. I mean, we're not face-to-face and doing stuff, like, with each other. We're still connected. Like, we talk, like I talk to my teammates at least 3 times a week, maybe more than that. So, I mean, the only thing it is, we're just not doing any one-on-one, like face-to-face stuff. That's the only thing I say.
I got you. What's been maybe the toughest part for you to deal with over this past, 5 or 6 weeks?
Are you saying like going on
Just
days
in
of
life
lives,
in
just
general,
football?
whether it be school or just life in general, just going through the whole, quarantine and just, just basically being somewhat closed in.
Man, I say should be closed in. Schoolwork easy. I mean, even though we're not in front of the class, I mean, I feel like it's more. I feel like it's easier. I mean, they giving us quizzes and tests and stuff. I mean, it's just basically review stuff. I mean, like schoolwork doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I kind of like it like this, but I'm not saying I like this coronavirus thing. I just like how my school been going.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I was talking to your boy Terrence Ferguson the other day. I know you guys are, out there in the country. You guys aren't in Atlanta. You guys aren't around the crazy interstate traffic where you're at.
Oh no.
I mean, you're farther out there than he is in Cochran. Him being in Fort Valley at Peach County. What have you done? I guess maybe with all the free time you've had. Like you said, school's somewhat easier. You're not going to practice every day. You don't have workouts till late in the afternoon. What's kind of like the things you've gone to or to kind of do to kind of with the free time you have?
Man, I've been doing a lot of fishing. I'm talking about a lot of fishing. Some days I catch, or some days I don't. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of fishing. I'm trying to catch some like my boy Brock been catching. I know he catching them big old bass. So I'm trying to catch one so I can brag too.
I knew you were going to say that. What's been maybe the
Yeah.
biggest fish you've caught, in this time span?
Or I caught a big. I mean, I probably saw like a 6 pound catfish. I caught it. It was at one of my teachers from last. Well, she's my teacher from last year. I caught one at her pond. It was pretty big catfish.
I knew you were a fisherman. I know you love, like you said, you'll go. If you catch them, you do. If you don't, you don't. You just love fishing. So I got something for you right here to show you. In my days of fishing, see right here.
Oh man.
Yeah, this right here puts me up there with the Brock Vandegrift. This right here, Chad Simmons, back in October 2006, 9 pounds, 12 ounces, big mouth bass.
I need to catch.
Now,
I need to catch.
Show this to you and change the name to Amarius Mims right here. Act like you called it if you want to, help you out.
Oh man.
I'll ship that down to UPS or FedEx or something like that. No, that's I don't fish as much obviously as you guys do, and that's something I personally love to do back in the time with my dad, just going to kind of spend time with him and, have that time to talk and just kind of reflect on things. And he was with me that day. I caught that fish. It was at one of his friends' houses from his church. This fish broke my line the first time. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods, got new, stronger line, relined it, went back and caught that thing. And now it's mounted in my house, now here in my office,
That's what happened to us too.
Than you guys are, but I do love fishing when I can for sure. And stuff like that. What's workouts been like for you when you're not fishing and you're putting in trying to stay in shape and getting ready for whenever that time comes? You guys are allowed to go back and work out and start practicing again. I know you want to be ready. What are you doing to stay in shape?
I mean, like I said, I still work out every day. I mean, I have a guy on the football team. He got his weight equipment. Like, see, my weight stuff is in my dad's house on Warner Robins, which is near Terrence Ferguson, like 15 minutes from him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I go to my dad's I kind of do like where I go stay home a week, go to my dad's a week, and all that good stuff. So my workout stuff is at his house. So I mean, other than that, I just go to a friend's house. We know the workouts from that we do in school. So we got power cleans, we got squat rack, we got the bench thing. So we're all good. We still do the same thing.
Well, what's been shift a little bit towards recruiting a little bit. Obviously, you got schools coming at you still from all over the country. What's been maybe the craziest thing a school has tried to do during this time frame to get your attention, whether it be video game or crazy recruiting FaceTime or family time stuff? What have they done maybe to stand out and try to be different?
I mean, I'd probably say try to play on the game with me, the PS4. I don't play. I mean, I like Xbox more, but I had got a PS4 just because, I mean, everybody got a PS4 that I know of, and I like to play with everybody. But yeah, I'd probably say, I mean, Florida. I've been playing. I'm about to get on the game with Florida State. I know a couple of Georgia coaches told me they want me to get on. I don't want to do them bad though, so I'm trying to spare them.
How good are you in that game? Are you? I mean, obviously you say you're an Xbox guy, but going to PS4, what's that transition been like? Are you still pretty good?
No matter what game system I play, I'm gonna be good.
Wow.
I got this.
I guess those FSU and Georgia coaches are in trouble, I guess,
Yes,
I know coming up behind this call between you and you're talking about you're going to do another video chat with Alabama. How I guess consistent are those? I mean, are you doing something like you mentioned, Zoom or FaceTime? How is that every day with multiple schools, or what's that like for you?
I'd probably say Monday through Thursday, I'll probably be on Zoom with some coach. But yeah, I know Alabama, I do theirs more consistent. Like we do them more consistent than any other school. I know me and Coach Flood get on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Maybe we'll get on a Friday just to go over some run stuff. But yeah, we get up there twice a week.
What's been the benefit from maybe this time in recruiting? I mean, are you able to, with obviously technologies opened up a lot of different doors for them to, like you mentioned, go over the run game or offense, maybe blocking schemes. I mean, have all schools kind of done that with you, trying to show you maybe how you'd fit in, what you can work on, things like that?
I want to say every school. I know the main schools I do it with is probably Georgia. I do it with Alabama. I do it with Florida State. Those are the main schools I do that stuff. That stuff like going over that stuff with.
Are the other ones, or just more casual conversation?
Yeah, I probably say Oregon too. I mean, we do a lot of stuff. I mean, just going over stuff, showing me like how important like the offensive line is. Like they'll show me like the good plays they show me like the good plays the offensive line have, and they show me the bad plays what they did wrong and all that good stuff.
You know, you obviously we just had the NFL draft, last week. How much, I guess, since that time or even during that draft time were teams talking about, hey, you could be our next guy to go first round? Or how much did that happen? Did people compare you to their players, or how'd that go for you?
I believe like every team texted me and said the same thing, like that could be you going in the first round, all that good stuff. A lot of schools text me during the draft.
How much do you look into that? Like, do you look into the exact number of players that got drafted or certain at your position, or does that even really matter to you that much?
Mainly what I look at and going to a college and all that good stuff, trying to get prepared to go to the NFL, I look at like the coach who has the most experience, who has this like who's built the program to where like I can come in, do great, and then they have the best chance to get put into the NFL. Like you gotta think about it, there's a lot of great college coaches and all that good stuff. So you got, I mean, in my opinion, that's important because I want to go to college. I want to be 3 years and go on.
Yeah,
Go to the
I
first
hear
round,
you.
hopefully.
That's the dream, no doubt about that. For not just you, most of you guys. Run down off the top of your head. Obviously, you mentioned Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Oregon, schools you communicate with a lot. Who are some other schools, if it's not every day, every couple of days, are hitting you up, whether it be text, phone call, video chat, stuff like that?
I'll probably say Tennessee. Auburn does it a lot. I'll say I'll probably say Tennessee, Auburn. I talk to LSU a lot too. Me and talking to LSU a lot more lately. Clemson, I talk to Clemson a good bit too. I mean, I like Clemson. I look forward to getting out there again. Definitely forward to commit, hopefully.
Yeah, you mentioned before you commit, it's been lately, as of right now, but then, things can always change, but October 14th, correct? That's the date set.
Yes, sir.
So that could change. Just overall, where are you at? You had at one time top 15, top 12. Has that number started to decline some? Where are you at with everything overall?
Yeah, I definitely say it's still those. I mean, I probably say those 10 schools that I put out on my Instagram, my Twitter. Yeah, it's probably those 10 schools. I mean,
Those
other
10 are still involved, basically.
yes, sir. Yeah, other schools still text me, but I mean, yeah, those 10 are the main schools I'm looking at.
You've had more time, more free time to think about things. Obviously, I talk to players every day and every night, and they definitely have more time to think about their recruitment. I'll tell you, I've been surprised of how many guys have committed, in this window,
Yeah.
just being with visits shut down and, for different reasons, more guys have committed than really I anticipated over the past few weeks. Has this given you more time to think maybe and try to maybe re-strategize or rethink about when you want to commit or even cut your list down again? Like, what is this maybe, what kind of effect has it had on your recruitment?
Yeah, I know like a lot of guys that I'm cool with have been committing, like you said again. Yeah, like I say, yeah, I know a lot of guys that I'm cool with and all that good stuff. Like they've been committed, but I know at one point I was thinking about doing it for real. But I mean, it's just I want to make sure it's the right time. I mean, I know it's no business in the shoot. It might not be in it until I saw like a link where it said August when they might allow us to come back on campus. That's the latest. So
Do you see yourself needing or somewhat having or to visit schools again, at least a few, before you make a decision? Or do you think you can feel good enough to go ahead and go through with it without stepping on foot at any other campuses?
I wanted to get on some more campuses before I did, but as of right now, how it's looking, I don't know about that so much. I mean, because like I said, I plan on doing it for October because I don't want to drag my commitment all the way out through the season, and I have to keep worrying about that. I want like kind of worry about the team, more the team. I didn't want to drag it all the way out to December.
I hear you. What do you think will tell you when you're ready? When do you think you'll know, hey, this is my school?
I mean, I don't know. Just I mean, as time goes by, I just keep thinking and all that good stuff. I mean, I just think just keep thinking on it. Just go with my gut.
I'm just going to run down your schools. I'm gonna look it up, make sure I don't mess one up. I'm gonna run down and say the names real quick of the 10 schools on your list, and you just tell me what first comes to mind about that school. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Let me make sure because I don't want to say mess up the wrong one. Hang on a second. I'm looking it up now. All right, so I just don't want to mess it up. I'm gonna try to say them in order too. I'm looking. All right. So I'm gonna say the school. You say what stands out, what comes to mind. You good with that?
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to go alphabetical order. Let's go Alabama.
That's just greatness right there. I mean, you got Coach Saban as the coach. I mean, you can't go wrong. I feel like nobody can go wrong there. That's a great school. And they always get great athletes. I like to win, so I know they always gonna win.
Let's go Auburn.
Definitely the atmosphere and the coaches. I love Auburn. It feels like home all the time when I go there.
Clemson.
Clemson. I know when I went there the past time, I know that it's a great atmosphere there. I like the coaches too. I mean, me and Coach Sweeney starting to get a better relationship. So I look forward to getting back on campus there.
Florida.
Florida, I definitely got that. Florida got that great atmosphere feeling. Oh man, I love Florida. My last visit.
Florida State.
Florida State. Oh, I mean, it was a it was a good atmosphere down there when I went there. But that was with the old coaching staff, so I haven't went down there like with the new coaching staff yet.
Georgia.
Georgia. I mean, ain't nothing bad to say about Georgia. I mean, like I said, I've been there. Everybody knows I've been there more times than I've been in other school. So yeah, I definitely have that home feeling too.
LSU.
LSU, I feel like great atmosphere, great coaches there. I haven't got to visit there, but I know one of my officials is at LSU.
Oklahoma.
I know it has that great atmosphere like LSU does. Great coaches, and that's gonna be one of my other officials.
Oregon.
Whoa, I've been talking to Oregon a lot lately. I know they have a great atmosphere there. I know they have good players and all that good stuff that came from there. And that's gonna be another one of my officials.
And Tennessee.
They have a great atmosphere and great coaches. Like I said, whenever we were talking earlier about who I talked to, Tennessee. I've been talking to them a lot lately. I mean, me and the head coach get on. We call each other probably like once a week, starting to get a better relationship.
Now, is there any order to that list? Have schools started to kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it all 10 in that same bunch?
Yeah, I'd probably say. Yeah, but I'll probably say. Alabama and Georgia are closer to the top than the rest, but.
How tight are those two? When you think about and kind of go pros and cons, Bama and Georgia, how close are those two schools?
I probably say they're real close. I mean, I like both schools and all that good stuff. But what I've been looking at lately is playing time. Where can I go to potentially get on the field quicker? I know Georgia had like the top 2 tackles in their class, in the 2020 class, just commit. And then I got to think about Alabama didn't have as many tackles as Georgia did. And then I got to think about who's there at Georgia already. You got the left tackle going to be a sophomore this year, Xavier Truss. And I know I want to be a tackle, so I got to think about where I want to go, weigh my options, because I want to play. So got to go where I know I can get playing time.
Yeah, there's a lot for you guys to think about for sure. Amarius, I know you have a ton going on. You're about to hop on with Alabama here in a second. You and Coach Flood, it's y'all's day for another meeting. You have plenty of these, and I know you have a lot happening from schoolwork to recruiting to, of course, fishing when you can, riding that bike, 25 miles around Cochran, Georgia, as well. But hey, if you want my fish, I still got it right here. If you want me to send it to you,
I got you.
Something maybe you can aim for down the road to kind of get a big fish, like this, But no, always a pleasure and fun talking to you, Amarius. Amarius, thanks for your time, man. We'll check in again soon.
Yes, sir.